She has her children signed up under him for child support, but your children were grown when y'all got married. So how you do that? Hi Dawnies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel and you like listening to sad, funny, ridiculous stories, please subscribe. Mom would say it's like a bad sitcom. So this is going to be another story about my dad's tomfoolery. As you may know from my previous video that my dad is somewhat of a womanizer. I guess women find them highly attractive. But then I can't fault him because I'm highly attractive. So there you go. So my dad had a lot of women in his life. Of course, my mom being one of them, and whoever the woman was before that made him change his name several times. Then during one of his find yourself moments, he was in some new religion and he met up with a lady that was named, her name was interesting. She was named after dish detergent. We never heard that before. Wait a minute. My name can be considered a dish detergent. But my name came before the dish detergent. So anyway, this woman's name was Amala. Who named their child Amala? I don't know if that's the name she gave herself because of the new religion or if that was really her name. But that was interesting. So there were several women in his life from what I can recall between the ages of 9 and above. Between 11 and 14, I don't know where my dad was. We just couldn't find him. He was nowhere to be found. I guess he must have found some woman and she must have had him in some, who knows what happened with my dad. But between 11 and 14, I don't know where my dad was. Then about age 15, 16, he shows up back in my life. I still don't know where. You know what? We found him through the friend that I'd known since I was 6, through her mother. But I don't even remember how she ran into him or how she reconnected with him, but she basically found my dad again. By this time, my dad is in another relationship with this woman. We'll just say she was named after a flower for privacy reasons. A song comes to mind, but we're going to leave that alone. At this point, I'm back in my dad's life. I see him every other weekend like we used to do. And like I said, he's now living with the flower lady. And she wasn't a very kind spirit. I mean, yes, on the surface she was attractive, but the inside made her ugly. She was ugly. So let me tell you what this chick did one time. Like I said, I was still in my teenage years. And so I had called my dad. I don't know what I called him for, but I called him, right? This flower lady chick answers the phone and has the nerve to tell me that I need to stop calling because my dad has a new life now and I'm not a part of it. Now, you know, of course, being a mixed up teenager and my dad being in and out of my life and I'm just now reconnecting with my dad. Of course, I started crying. I mean, that's rude. Who does that to a child? An evil woman. Anyhow, so my mom saw that I was crying and was upset. And even though my mom was in her, wary ways, she got on the phone, cussed that woman out, called her all kind of B's and H's, and told her, "You will not disrespect their child that way. And who do you think you are?" And whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, and gave her all kind of tongue lashes. I never really cussed as good as my mother did, but when my mother died, that same friend that found my father said what she remembers is my mother giving people a good cussing. I don't want you to remember my mother about giving people tongue lashes, but I digress as usual. So let's just say the flower lady never tried that again. I didn't even realize my background has flowers. Um, well, sometime later, they decided to get married. Now, you Louisiana folks, don't get mad at me. You know what it is. I kind of think the flower lady put a spell on my daddy because, I mean, after all, she was from Louisiana. And I do remember a time when we would have family gatherings on my side of the family. She wouldn't eat the food. Anyway, back to the marriage. So I was called out of the blue asking for my dress size because they wanted me to be at the wedding. And I mean at the wedding. You would think that I'm my dad's only child that we know of. That anyhow, I'm just gonna say I want you guys to comment in the comment section and think about what position I played in the wedding if I wasn't in the bridal party. I mean, I guess since it's her wedding, I don't need to be in the bridal party, but you would think I would be more part of the family. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm no longer part of the family anymore. He has a new life. Anyhow, so as I'm talking, I want you guys to write in the comment section what part of what dress, let me see, how can I say this? What attire they gave me for what position in the wedding, since I wasn't in the bridal party. So the dress that was given to me was to be a greeter or, a register, check names off the list as people come into the bridal party. I couldn't even be an usher inside inside the marriage. I got to be situated outside of the gathering. Oh yeah, this was an outside wedding, and you know how they have the awning, the vine awning, or what kind of awning, I don't know. But my cousin, who I had just met from my father's side, we were both dressed up to check off names of the invitees. Wasn't that lovely? So, like I said, my cousin and I were sitting at the table trying to get to know each other as we check off the names or whatever. And the wedding gets started now. We're peeking through the vine because, we're not part of the wedding. So we're peeking through the vine. We see the wedding go on and, all the stuff that goes on in the wedding, the flower girl, the whomever, bridal party, what have you, ring bearer. And actually, when I saw the flower lady, I don't know who did her makeup, but I don't think they liked her because she looked horrible. Was this 90s? Yeah. No. This was still 80s. So blue eyeshadow was in heavy, and not like it is now. It, just I'm gonna find some pictures of this blue eyeshadows in the 80s. Anyhow, so while the wedding's going on, the minister gives the basic vows to having to host, yada yada yada. However, the minister gets to the point. How's it go? If there's anyone who believes that these two should not wed, speak now, forever hold your peace, right? Now, my cousin and I just met each other for the first time today at the wedding, and we both look at each other like, "You gonna say something? I'm gonna say something." So, with that said, the flower lady must have been a real to my cousin for her to even be looking at me like, I don't think this is a good idea. Well, needless to say, we didn't say anything because we're both teenagers. We don't know. We should have said something. Teenagers don't care. But we didn't. So we had to hold our peace. And then things spiraled out of control. The marriage, I don't know how long they were married. I stopped being in touch with him again because this is part of my life. of my father being in and out of my life, but not anymore. He's out. Anyway, all I know is sometime in 90 or 92, I think they got a divorce. I know I was still in college when they got a divorce. And but till this day, he's still haunting her because somehow she has her children signed up under him for child support. But your children were grown when y'all got married. So how you do that? Because I need to know how you do that. I don't have any kids. But I just want to know how she was able to get that going. How you file child support on somebody that didn't birth your children and your children were already grown? Who does that? Careful. Anyway, Dawnies, this is another story about my dad's tomfoolery. The advice is just be careful who you wed because they might put you under child support even though you didn't have children with them. And then your life is in shambles until this very day. Anyway, Dawnies, remember to toast to life because it always makes for a great story. Remember to check out my other content on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. And I'll see you next week. Bye.